Citizenship is more than just a legal status. It's a relationship between an individual and the state, granting rights and imposing responsibilities. In ancient times, citizenship was closely tied to participation in public life and decision-making. Today, it often means having the right to vote, access to social services, and being protected by the law. However, modern citizenship can also feel passive, with many duties delegated to representatives. Still, it remains a powerful tool. Concept of citizenship has evolved dramatically over time. In ancient society, citizenship was severely restricted. Only a select few could participate in public life, and rights were closely mapped to social status. Today, citizenship is almost universal, with most society offering legal protections and social services to all. While ancient citizens met face-to-face to decide issues, modern citizens often rely on representatives. Public life, once valued for its own sake. Modern citizenship is significant because it generalizes equality across the social structure. No person or group is legally privileged, making citizenship an inclusive category. Differences such as race, class, gender, or religion are considered irrelevant in the eyes of the law. This inclusivity is essential for creating free, equal, and orderly society. However, with this equality comes a certain passivity. Citizens are often more aware of their obligations than their power to act. Still, civic republican or classical theory of citizenship emphasizes active participation in political life. Rooted in ancient Greece and Rome, this theory sees citizenship as a process, not just a status. In the Greek city-states, especially Athens, citizens directly participated in decision-making. Today, the revival of civic republicanism stresses the importance of political participation and responsibility. It reminds us that democracy relies on citizens who are willing to. Liberal theory of citizenship, originating in Roman law and later developed by thinkers like John Locke, focuses on individual rights and freedom. It sees citizenship as a legal status that guarantees protection and justice, emphasizing the rule of law and equality before it. Locke's ideas about natural rights and the law of nature underpin this theory, advocating for justice, goodwill, and helpfulness among citizens. In the liberal view, the state exists to protect individual rights. Unitarian theory sees citizenship as deeply connected to the community. It argues that individual rights and political liberty should sometimes be limited to maintain social harmony. People are born into networks of social relations, like family, religion, or culture, which shape their identity. Communitarians believe that citizenship is about being a member of a particular nation or group, sharing common values and traditions. This perspective can make it challenging to expand. Sociological theories of citizenship analyze how social structures and interactions shape the meaning of citizenship. These theories are constantly evolving, building on past ideas while adapting to new realities. Karl Marx, for example, critiqued modern democratic citizenship for failing to eliminate real social distinctions like property and education. Sociological perspectives can focus on large-scale social structure or on everyday interaction, helping us understand how. Since the 1980s, multiculturalism has become a key idea in citizenship debates. Modern societies are increasingly diverse, with citizens from various ethnic, religious, and linguistic backgrounds. Multiculturalism challenges the liberal idea that differences are irrelevant, arguing that citizenship must recognize and accommodate diversity. Ethnic, religious, and racial communities often seek rights that reflect their unique cultural context, pushing for. Migration means leaving one's country to settle in another, often for work or better opportunities. In India, the Immigration Act of 1983 regulates overseas employment and protects Indian workers abroad. The law requires immigrants to obtain clearance and ensures their rights are safeguarded. Despite these protections, immigrants sometimes face challenges like poor working conditions or contract changes. Amendments to the Act aim to provide better support and increase. Migration is a broad term that covers both immigration and immigration. Emigration is leaving your country to settle elsewhere, while immigration is entering a new country to live. If you move within your own country, you're still a migrant. People migrate for many reasons: lack of jobs, political or religious restrictions, war, or better opportunities. Understanding these terms helps clarify the movement of people across borders and the laws that govern these processes. Passport is an official document that proves your identity and nationality, allowing you to travel internationally. It's more than just a travel document. It's a request for protection and free entry in other countries. In India, passports are issued under the Passport Act 1967 and come in several types: regular, official, diplomatic, temporary, and family passports. Possessing a passport is essential for international travel, and it serves as a primary proof. Applying for an Indian passport can be done online or in person at a Passport Seva Kendra. Applicants must provide documents proving residence, date of birth, and other details. All documents are checked against originals at the passport office. Normally, it takes 5 to 6 weeks to issue a passport, but the Tatkal scheme allows for faster processing in emergency. The process ensures that only eligible citizens receive passports, maintaining the integrity of international travel. Visa is an official endorsement on your passport, allowing you to enter, stay, or leave a country for a specific purpose and period. Visas can be single or multiple entry, and there are many types: tourist, transit, business, student, work, religious, pilgrimage, retirement, and immigrant visa. Each type has its own requirements and restrictions. Not all countries offer the same types, and the process can involve interviews, documentation, and fees. Visas are crucial for regular. Visas can be refused for many reasons, such as fraud, criminal records, security concern, or lack of strong ties to the home country. Some countries require your passport to be valid for at least 6 months, proof of financial stability, health checks, or evidence of intent to return home. Visa fees are usually non-refundable, and the final decision rests with immigration authorities. Understanding these conditions helps travelers prepare better and avoid common pitfalls. Extradition is the process by which one country surrenders a person accused or convicted of a crime to another country. It's based on treaties or agreements, and not all countries are obliged to extradite. Extradition usually applies to criminal, not political, offenders, and the crime must be punishable in both countries. Some countries refuse extradition if the punishment is not recognized, such as the death penalty. India has extradition treaties with many countries, ensuring